May I interest you, gentlemen, in a video game?
That sounded seductive. I'm kind of scared.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, okay. Let me,
Ping! Wrong. Scared. No, I really do want to interest you guys in a video game today.
I almost fell.
As you know, I'm a huge fan of the game Earthbound. Now, it's not the game we're going to talk about today. But Tommy, I think, knows about Earthbound. I don't know
thing, but we're not going to talk about
if you know about Earthbound. But we can all at least agree from what we talked about previously that we all like RPG video games.
Yes.
Particularly old school RPG type of video games.
Yes.
Okay.
To the point where I'm picky, but okay.
So today, I've got just the game for you.
For me?
For both of you.
Okay.
So today, we're going to talk about a little game called Undertale. Now, this is one of those really crazy special games for me because it was about this time last year that I played it through the first time. And I said to myself, I really don't understand what the hype is with people. I don't understand why people are thinking this is really cool. I just played beginning to the end of the game one time.
Okay. Coming out strong here yet.
I understand that. But upon booting the game back up, the game spoke to me as if not a character in the game and not like a programmed part of the game knew who I was, but as if somebody was watching me and knew all the decisions that I made the first time and questioned me and was like somebody was spying on me almost. Not in a like fun, but in a almost creepy way.
So the game changed, like a predictive way.
So the story that I had played through from beginning to end did happen.
Okay.
But the game advised me you could probably play through again and get a better ending.
Huh.
Even though I did all the best things that you could possibly do the first time around.
Allegedly.
And that's where the joy and where this game gets really, really good is through multiple playthroughs. And now that gets you wondering, like, oh my god, I don't want to spend a ton of time playing a game.
That's rare.
3.5 hour playthrough.
That's honestly rare
through the entire game.
Can you tell us the name of the game yet?
I already said Undertale. Yeah. So that's what I just wanted to kind of get you with that little hook there.
Okay.
So this is where the game gets really good is playing through. Now, it takes you through a story. You get to name yourself. A long time ago, the world was full of humans and monsters. Humans are less magic than monsters. Monsters can possess magic and are good at channeling it. Humans, not so much. On the other hand,
makes sense.
Human beings have much stronger souls, and they can channel what is called determination.
Which allows them to do what?
Now, just what determination is.
Okay.
Now, monsters, they have souls, but their souls are much weaker. And determination, they can possess determination, but too much of it actually will kill a monster.
That's strange.
Now, I know, it is very strange, but I mean, I just wanted to kind of give you that. For unknown reasons, at one point, monsters and humans go to war. And because of the humans' determination to destroy the monsters, they end up sealing them. I believe it's 7 mages, just like any other video game ever.
Right.
7 mages. Right. No questions asked.
The same 7 mages.
They seal the monsters underground with a magic barrier to where they're stuck underground. They cannot get out. The only thing that can get monsters out is 7 human souls to break the barrier. So
makes sense.
Your character, which I might want a little bit more backstory. The king of the monsters, his name is Asgore Dreamer.
What else?
They live peacefully underground for a little while, just kind of accepting where they are, and a great tragedy strikes. That's getting into spoilers. Okay. It doesn't tell you up front what the great tragedy is. So suddenly, Asgore, who is this pretty peaceful king, starts any human beings that fall down, he murders them or he gets them killed to use their souls to try to break the barrier because he wants to bring war on the humans. He's ready to just be done with them. So the game starts and you're a little boy and you wake up in a bed of flowers underground, like in the underground. And you name your little boy that you play as, and you get found by a girl named Toriel. Toriel says, "Okay, well, little boy, you can come live with me, and I don't really want you to go off." To the point where every time you ask about leaving or leaving her home, she gets really defensive to the point where she actually battles you. She says, "You can't leave until you kill me." And that's all the further I really want to go into the story of the game. But then you go on this epic adventure with these characters that are just ridiculous. And you probably... I'm talking about Undertale, and I've probably put up pictures by now, but you would definitely recognize the memes of Sans, Papyrus. There are a couple pictures that I'll show you later on.
Named after fonts.
Yes. The crazy thing about this game, now there were other people who worked on some things with it, but this is mostly considered a single-person project. Toby Fox was the creator of this game. He did just put out a new game called Deltarune, which is Undertale spelled differently.
Interesting.
I haven't finished it yet. I just started playing it. That's actually because that hit the news, and that's just like the crazy thing on the internet right now. Yeah. That made me want to play the game a second time. And as I said, what gets really, really crazy, and I know I've worked myself into a circle here, but this is the point, is the game understands and remembers everything that you do. Mm-hmm. And asks you why you do things. And if you decide to be really, really good, it has one of the most beautiful endings in a video game that I can remember. You can, at any point in time, resetting or saving your game are powers that the fourth wall is broken and the game understands that you've reset or saved. So there are three main endings to the game. And this is pretty widely known. You probably don't know about it, but you have a regular ending that you have to get, no matter how good or how bad you are, you get a regular ending the first time. The second time you can go down, and there are 30 actual endings, but 3 main courses. Jesus. One of them is like the genocide ending, where you murder absolutely everyone. If you do that, even if you get the best ending possible later on, it remembers that you did that, and it makes you feel really bad about doing it later on in the good ending.
So does that kind of thing work into the story, or is it just like the game will periodically stop and say, like you know, some games usually at the beginning of almost.
It's mostly at the end of the game. There's a character named Sans that somehow knows. The first time you meet him, your character's walking this way, and he comes from behind you. And you're still facing that way, and he starts talking, and your character turns around. The second time you play through the game, you're walking this way, and he starts walking, your character turns around automatically. And he's like, "Boy, you knew I was coming. That's really weird." And so the game changes in those little ways that, again, in any other game, would seem minimal and not a real reason to play it through a second time. But just make this game amazing to play. Honestly, you could have a pretty old computer and just download the game, both of the games. I know Deltarune is free. I don't know if Undertale costs anything.
It's a computer
Computer,
system?
I played it. I play Undertale on PS4, but
Okay.
it costs money on PS4. But I don't know about computer wise or on Steam. It probably costs
On
on
Steam,
Steam.
it was like $3.
Yeah, that's insanely low for this game.
Wow.
Because there's. I almost was scared to even talk about it because I know that we don't have a huge following, but this game does, and this game has the type of fans where this is one you can't talk bad about on the internet, or else
Right.
you'll be crucified on the internet because it's like a darling to the internet.
Okay.
I don't want to talk too much more about story stuff, but that's where the game's awesome, is just the replayability and it remembering the things you do. I didn't play the genocide, so I never really experienced that other than YouTube videos that I watched, because I really didn't want to,
Right. Okay.
because I didn't feel like that's something I would like to do. And one of the really cool things about when you beat the game on the pacifist ending is the game tells you at the end when I boot the game back up after the story's ended. Any other game I boot up, it'll continue at the last save of the game, right? Or it'll say New Game Plus, or it'll say
Usually,
New Game. This game goes to a black screen and it says, you already gave and his friends the best possible ending. So why would you think about restarting this?
Wow.
And so I can either like go into the data and delete my save, or I just can't play it as me anymore because I've already obtained the best ending, and the game suggests highly that it doesn't want to have a worse ending than what it has. So I think that's awesome.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like I'd have to know more about the story to fully grasp everything you're saying, I suppose.
And there's a lot,
But it sounds really cool.
but again, it's a 3.5 hour adventure for each time.
I'm having
honestly,
like flashes of House of Leaves, which is a book, but it's like a self-aware book.
it's very, very self-aware. And again, it doesn't feel self-aware in the point of it's a computer game playing, like talking to you. It feels like a living being is watching
That
you
sounds
play
like
the
House
game.
of Leaves.
Yeah.
That's awesome.